Hello students, here is today's writing lesson for Monday the 24th of August. We reviewed the letters that contain a letter C inside of it, and we also started a new letter. So I'm going to demonstrate with green the letter C and how the letter C is inside of the letter O. You know that. And the letter C is inside of the letter A. You already know that. So those were three letters that all contain the letter C, and now we're going to do the next one, which is a letter G. I'll show you in the same way. It contains the letter C. However, whoops, it goes up a little higher. However, the letter G goes up and comes down just like the letter A. You see that? Right now, it looks exactly like the letter A, except you're not going to pick up your marker like I just did. You are going to continue the stroke down and make the hook. And there's a letter G. You can see the letter C is inside all of those letters. I want to focus specifically on the letter G, since that is what we're now practicing now. So, letter G. Make the letter C, close it, and make the hook. There's our nice letter G. And I'm going to have to back up a second, guys. Your name and the date are already written, right? I hope that this whole time you haven't been just writing the name and the date and not watched anything that I've been writing so far. So I'm going to have to be better about reminding you. So your name and date should already be on here. And before you start copying any letters, I would like you to make sure that that is all written. And don't forget to pause the video. Okay, so let me be better with my directions. Right now, you can go ahead and just put your markers down for a second. And if you didn't finish that other stuff, pause the video and do your name and the date. But now, put your marker down and just watch me make the letter G's. Because you want to do it in the same form that I do. Okay? And the hook goes down below. So keep watching. Do not write. Keep watching. You make that letter C. You close the circle. You make the hook. There's your letter G. And you want to do it in the same form. Watch how some samples of what I see some kids doing. Okay, sometimes they like the hook, so they make the hook first. They make a hook. It looks like a big letter J. And then they just put a circle right here, like that. And you know, it doesn't look bad, but that's not everything we're trying to do here. We want to learn the strokes to help program our brains in a way that helps hook up the left side with the right side, which involves doing strokes that your brain doesn't want to do, like making a letter C and then making the hook and doing it in that order. So there it is, our letter G, and I want you to go ahead and make a whole line of this. If you still need help making dots, that helps you make the curve, the arc, then you can go ahead and make dots before you make your letter G's. And then it will help you to go like that. Make your letter C and then the hook. Okay? Oh, and before you do this, before you do this, I'm going to show you some examples of incorrect G's. Okay, incorrect G's. So still, keep the marker closed and watch. So most of the problems with the letter G happen because of a bad letter C. If you make a bad letter C right here, whoops, I want to use red for incorrect. So if you make your letter C right here, your letter G is already going to be bad. Okay, you've already done it wrong. If you've made a letter C that's off of the ground like that, and you go like that, you've already made the G wrong. So that is why we want to make it in between the dotted line and the bottom line. Okay, here's another common mistake. Making the G with the hook that goes too far. Okay, sometimes it goes all the way that far. That is a hook that's too big. Too big. And what I'm going to do is erase that. And yeah, let me erase that hook and make it a correct size. Okay? So now I can make the hook like that. So the hook has to be right in the middle here, just hanging right in the middle. The hook doesn't go down all the way to the next line, but it does have to stick down. So now it's fixed. I can make that in, I can make it in green since it was fixed. I'm sorry, in blue since it was fixed. Okay, so what are some other problems with the G? I think almost all the problems with a lowercase g are those two that I just explained. When it's too high, like this one, or you just make a bad letter C, yeah, they all have to do with bad letter C's. Okay, if you make a letter C like that, you're going to have a bad G. If you make a letter C like that, you're going to have a bad G. If you make a letter C like this, you're going to have a bad G. Watch. When you make it like that, then it turns into this G. It's too short. It's not touching the dotted line. That's not okay. This G is way too big. Look at that. It's the right shape, but it's very tall like a capital letter. And that's too big. And here, the letter C was right in the middle. It's straddling this dotted line in the middle. So when you make the G, it is also wrong. So all the mistakes around G, or most of them, have to do with a bad letter C. And you can avoid that by making a good letter C. And like I said, the other problem with the G is when people make the hook go down too far. Okay, the hook can't touch the next line down. Alrighty? So now you can open your marker and pause the video because you are going to make several letter G's. Okay, why don't you make 2 lines of letter G? Okay, and now pause the video. And now you're back to practice some numbers. And I'm going to do, let's see, I want a clean space. We have enough room? No, I want to hide the G. So they're not going to hide right now, huh? Oh, there we go. Hide the G's. Okay, so let me erase this extra marks that got on there. And we're going to switch to the numbers. And I just made a photo of the numbers 1 through 5 and wrote the digits. And I put that as an assignment, and it's also going in here as your math writing assignment. So there's the number 1, and then I'm going to write the digits. O-N-E, 1. I have $1, 1. Then I'm going to make the number 2. We've talked about it, how it has an arc. Make it tall, touching the top line. And then the number 2 is spelled differently from the sight word 2. Okay, 2, the number 2 has this bizarre letter W in the middle. Then we have number 3. And did I already tell you to keep your marker down? I'm sorry. Actually, for this one, it's not as important, okay? Because you can pause the video at the end. Okay, I am just writing the numbers and the digits. And like I said, I don't mind if you're writing right now. I don't think for this activity it really matters that much. I'm just going to go through all these numbers and write them with the digit and with the words for the number. There's 4. And look at that, Mr. Barry, you are missing the line for number 5. Okay, I made a mistake. Yeah, see, there's no more lines down there. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, okay, how about this? I'm going to have to scoot it over here to the side. So I'm going to make a number 5 over here. I hope that doesn't confuse you guys. I'm making a number 5 right here and writing it next to it. So there is F-I-V-E, 5, number 5. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You have the numbers written in digits and in text form. And these are important for first grade. I don't expect you to be able to spell all these right now, but you need to be aware of these numbers and be able to read them. So that was it for the numbers. Please pause the video and write those. And now you are done writing all these numbers. And the last thing we did was just a quick geometry test where I asked you draw the shape and then you drew it. So I'm going to ask you to draw the shape and draw a rectangle. Rectangle. Okay, you should know what that is. The rectangle has 4 sides. 2 of the sides are long, 2 of the sides are short. Rectangle. And remember, this can be turned in any direction. You can make it stand tall. It's still a rectangle. Now, how about the circle? Draw a circle. And if this is what you drew, got it right. I think every kid knows a circle. It's hard to draw nice circles. And circle is spelled with the letter C, even though it starts with circle. There it is. Okay, next one, draw a triangle. And here is the triangle. All right, I just read a message from a student who needs my help this minute, and I need to help. So I'm going to finish this. Here is the triangle. I apparently did not set the videos public yet, so all the homework I just put out, nobody can see. Oh no. Okay, there's our triangle. Last, or not last, but we have a square. Practice making a square with equal sides. And go ahead and write it. Square. And finally, the hexagon. I'm going to make a hexagon, and it is challenging to draw with 6 sides. The hexagon. And I'm just going to write a number with how many sides it has. 4 sides. 4 sides. 6 sides. 3 sides. And 0 sides. And those are your shapes. Practice them some more. And I will see you tomorrow.